This is Chris with Ales. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris with Ales. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and all be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my WWE Monday Night Raw, March 14th, 2022 review. So here we go, discussing about Monday Night Raw. Now we're going to talk about the first segment. And before we actually talk about Kevin Owens and everything, it was pretty cool that WWE posted up the graphic of Scott Hall, aka Razor Ramon, before the start of Raw. Now it was pretty cool. I posted up a video not long ago, saying that he passed away and everything. So yeah, the news broke today. Like I said, they passed away at the age of 63. Like I said, it really sucked. He done a lot for the business and everything, in wrestling business, and just really sad news to hear another legend passing away and everything. But now we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw. Just getting off the sad stuff and everything. So the first thing that happens on Raw, we get Kevin Owens to come out, and Kevin Owens, he grabs the mic and he starts talking on the mic, and first thing he says is, "Hey, yo." Pretty much, already know, referencing Razor right there. Doing a little tribute right there. But, Kevin Owens was talking about how he didn't know if he was going to make it to WrestleMania because of what happened last week on Monday Night Raw. And then, of course, he said he called out Stone Cold, and Stone Cold answered his challenge to appear at WrestleMania. So yeah, Kevin Owens will be hosting the KO show, and special guest will be Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, the match has not been confirmed, and we probably won't even get a match, because if we do get a match, it'll probably last less than 30 seconds, maybe like a quick stunner in the 3 count. Probably. I could probably see that, but if it's going to be like a full-fledged match, like 8-10 minutes, probably longer or whatever, we ain't going to get that type of match. But, yep, that's what Kevin Owens was saying in the ring, and then pretty much he was still talking crap about Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then there was this cameraman inside the ring, and then he gets hit with a stunner by Kevin Owens. So, yeah, Kevin Owens laid out the cameraman, and he sold the freaking stunner good. So, yeah, props to that cameraman right there, or, an indie wrestler. But, yeah, props to him that he sold that freaking stunner pretty damn well. But, yeah, that's what happened there on that segment. But, yeah, that's what happened. And up next on Monday Night Raw, we're going to get the first match of the night. And it looks like it'll be the United States Champion, Finn Balor, versus Damien Priest in a non-title match up next on Monday Night Raw. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was the first match of the night. It was the United States Champion, Finn Balor, versus Damien Priest in a non-title match. But before that match started, we had Austin Theory come down to the ring right after both guys is already out there. And he comes out and sits down right next to Corey Graves, just watching the match. And the match goes on. Of course, a few times Austin Theory was pretty much talking crap to Finn Balor, and Finn Balor at one point had enough. He runs and hits a drop kick onto Austin Theory, knocking him out of the chair and stuff, laying him out. And then Finn Balor gets in the ring and pretty much ran right into Damien Priest's finisher move, the Reckoning, onto him, and then he got pinned for the 3 count. So yeah, Damien Priest defeated Finn Balor tonight on Monday Night Raw in a non-title match. That's what happened. Priest then left out the ring, and then Austin Theory got into the ring, lifts up Finn Balor on his shoulders, and then hits his finisher move, the ATL, which he spins him around, drops him face first onto his knee. So yeah, he hits that onto Balor. He grabs his phone, starts taking selfies with Finn Balor laid out. So yeah, that's what happened. So yeah, it was a pretty good match to start off Monday Night Raw. I'll just give it 2 stars. It was a pretty good match. But yeah, then we get Seth Rollins backstage, and Seth Rollins, pretty much the guy comes up and starts interviewing Rollins, saying, so do you got any developing news about you possibly being at WrestleMania in like the last week or so? And Seth Rollins just looks at him and so he walks away. And of course the fans is going crazy chanting Cody. So yeah, yep, that's what happened. But up next we're going to see Omos in action, and he'll be taking on Commander Aziz up next on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was Omos versus Commander Aziz with Apollo Crews at ringside. Now, of course, this is your little average big man match. Both guys, of course, starting off the match with grappling on each other, showing the strength off and everything, pushing each other in the corner. Omos then started taking control of this match a little bit, but then at the ending, we seen Commander Aziz actually doing a little bit, doing splashes onto him in the corner and everything. But then at one point, Commander Aziz was trying to suplex Omos, but then Omos lifts him up and just throws him down, and then he picks him up again, and then hits that two-handed chokeslam onto him, laying him out, and then pinned him for the 3 count. So yeah, Omos defeated Commander Aziz tonight on Monday Night Raw. That's what happened. And while Apollo Crews is getting frustrated outside the ring and stuff, whining about it or whatever, Omos comes up, grabs him by the head, lifts him into the ring, and then hits the two-handed chokeslam onto Apollo Crews, laying him out as well. So yeah, Omos defeated Commander Aziz tonight on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, for that match, I'll give it a half of a star. That's why I'll give that one. But yeah, that's what happened. But then we get Seth Rollins backstage again, and Kevin Owens comes up. He goes like, "Look, Rollins, I know you got a plan. I mean, look, you won the Money in the Bank and you cashed it in on Brock Lesnar a few years ago. You got a plan to get to WrestleMania. I mean, look at me. I already pretty much got Stone Cold into like something with me at WrestleMania." That's what Owens was saying. And yeah, then Rollins all of a sudden he looks at Kevin Owens and then he starts running off laughing and stuff. So yeah, that's what happened. But up next on Monday Night Raw, we'll see Liv Morgan with Rhea Ripley at ringside versus Zelina Vega. So yeah, Liv Morgan versus Zelina Vega up next on Raw. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was Liv Morgan with Rhea Ripley at ringside versus one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Zelina Vega with Carmella at ringside. It was an okay, decent match between Liv Morgan and Zelina Vega. But at the ending of this match, we seen Rhea Ripley chasing Carmella, and then Carmella jumps into Corey Graves' arms, scared and everything, and Rhea Ripley, just looking at them both. And then while that happened, Zelina Vega then, she was trying to hit a move onto Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan ducks, and she hung on to the ropes, and then Liv Morgan comes up with her finisher move where she springboard off that second rope with a flatliner pretty much onto Zelina Vega. I think she calls that move living it onto Zelina Vega. So yeah, and then she pinned her for the 3 count. So yeah, Liv Morgan with Rhea Ripley defeated one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Zelina Vega, tonight on Monday Night Raw. That's what happened. And of course, Zelina Vega starts yelling at Carmella and stuff. So yeah, it looks like that team will possibly be broken up at WrestleMania maybe. So yeah, that's what happened. Liv Morgan picked up the win in that match. I'll just give it 1 star. That's why I'll give it. But up next, we want to see Seth Rollins because he starts coming out dancing with this theme song. So yeah, Seth Rollins will be on Monday Night Raw up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, so we had Seth Rollins came out to the ring, and Rollins was talking about WrestleMania and everything, and he says he wants to show Kevin Owens a special thing that he has going on at WrestleMania. So he calls out Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens comes down to the ring, and Seth Rollins is like, "I got some ideas, Owens." And Owens is like, "What's up?" He goes like, "How about I host my own talk show. You remember the Rollins Report from back in the day? How about if I bring it back or whatever? And then my special guest could be Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Kevin Owens was like, no, that's a bad idea. And then Rollins was like, yeah, man, you're right. We can't have two talk shows on WrestleMania. We can only have one talk show on Mania. And Owens was like, yeah, you're right. Only one talk show. And then Rollins was like, well, how about this? Tonight, how about I face you in a match and winner, hosts the talk show with their special guest, Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania. And Kevin Owens was like, no, that's a shitty idea. And then all of a sudden Rollins was like, no, it's a good idea. And they both start arguing and everything. And then Sonya Deville comes out, and Sonya was saying, actually, that's a great idea. How about this in the main event tonight on Raw? We'll see Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens, and the winner will be hosting the talk show at WrestleMania with Stone Cold Steve Austin as their special guest. So yeah, that match will be happening tonight. Now, Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins throws on great matches, don't get me lying. But this is another match that we're going to be seeing for the 1000th time between these two guys. So yeah, that match will be happening tonight on Monday Night Raw in the main event. But up next, we're going to see the Mysterios versus the Hurt Business in a tag team match up next on Raw. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a tag team match. It was Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio, the Mysterios, versus Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, the Hurt Business tonight in a tag team match. So yeah, that match was happening, and then we had The Miz and Logan Paul coming down to the ring, commentating on the match or whatever. And the Mysterios and Hurt Business doing pretty good. This is a rematch from, I think, 2 weeks ago. So yeah, this is a rematch again between these two tag teams. But yeah, it was a pretty good match. At one point, we seen Shelton try to interfere and stuff. Rey Mysterio knocking Cedric into Shelton, knocking him off the ring apron, and then Cedric was on that second rope, and then he gets hit with a double 619 by Rey and Dominic Mysterios. And then Rey Mysterio jumps off the ring apron, jumping onto Shelton Benjamin and laying him out. And then Dominic climbs up the top turnbuckles, points at Logan Paul and The Miz, and then he hits the frog splash onto Cedric, and then pins him for the 3 count. So yeah, the Mysterios defeated the Hurt Business tonight in a tag team match. That's what happened. But then, after the match ended, The Miz and Logan Paul jumps in the ring, attacking Rey and Dominic Mysterio, laying them, was beating them down and stuff. And then Logan Paul picks up Rey, throws him in the Miz, so Miz can hit the Skull Crusher finale onto Rey. But then Rey Mysterio was fighting out of it, kicks Logan in the face, knocked Miz out of the ring through the second rope, and then they knocked Logan Paul on the second rope, about to hit the 619 onto him. But then Miz quickly grabbed Logan and pulled him out the ring. So yeah, that's what happened. Miz and Logan tried to attack them, and it didn't work out to their plan. But yep, like I said, the Mysterios defeated the Hurt Business and stuff, and what happened after the match was pretty good. So yeah, with all that, I'll just give it all 1.5 stars as well. I'll give it pretty good stuff so far. It was okay or whatever. So yeah, that's what happened. But then now later on tonight on Raw, we'll see Edge appearing live tonight on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, Edge will be on the show tonight, and not only that, we'll see Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins tonight in the main event. Winner of that match goes to WrestleMania, hosting a talk show with their special guest Stone Cold Steve Austin. So yeah, that will be happening later on tonight on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, now we had Edge. He came out with a new theme song. So yeah, he got rid of his old theme song, and his new theme song, in the beginning is where he talks in the like the beginning of the theme song where he goes like, well, you thought you know me or whatever, and then it plays the song. But yeah, he gets a new theme song, and I kind of understand why they change it, But man, I'm gonna really miss his old theme song now. Like, the song was too damn good. But yeah, they changed the theme song, and like I said, I understand because like when he would come out to the other song, fans is gonna automatically cheer for him. Like they ain't gonna boo Mel. And this one when he came out with it, they was booing the hell out of him. He still gets that green, I mean not the green, the freaking blue light, that's shining down on him. Like how Sin Cara used to have, like how I was talking about from last week on Raw. He still gets that blue light, and he comes out, and he starts talking in the ring, and he was talking about AJ Styles, and he was talking about how he needed the best AJ Styles as possible, the face at WrestleMania, and he said he done some changing as well, like, the old Edge and stuff from 2 years ago is pretty much no more because that Edge would never beat AJ Styles at WrestleMania. Like, the happy-go-lucky Edge or the one that pretty much was in the feud with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and all that. He said that Edge is pretty much dead and how this new Edge will go into WrestleMania and beat AJ Styles. That's what he was pretty much saying. And the fans was chatting him, and he said, "Oh, if I was y'all, I'll be begging for forgiveness, but I don't even care." That's what Edge was saying. Edge was cutting pretty good promo. So yeah, he was cutting pretty good promo. But yeah, that's what happened, and pretty much he's gonna be judging AJ Styles at WrestleMania. That's what he was saying. But yep, that's what happened on Monday Night Raw. Pretty good promo from Edge. But like I said, I hate that they changed his old song now. So yeah, his old song, of course, will be always iconic. It was great and everything. Just that song alone needs to go to the Hall of Fame. That's what I got to say about that. And speaking about the Hall of Fame, which I didn't, I actually didn't remember this until I literally just said it. Queen Charmel will be entering the Hall of Fame this year. So yeah, that was news from earlier, and she'll be getting inducted by Booker T. So yeah, she'll be the third person inducted into this year's Hall of Fame. So yeah, great news right there. But up next, we're going to see Bianca Belair versus Doudrop on Raw up next because Bianca was cutting promo and stuff, talking about how she hasn't seen Becky in 2 weeks because she whipped her so hard with the hair and now she can't talk. And said it feels great for Monday Night Raw to be a little bit more peaceful with Becky Lynch not around. But yeah, she says she's going to go beat Doudrop, and she'll do the same thing to Doudrop like how she'll be doing at WrestleMania, and will be taking away the Raw Women's Championship away from Becky Lynch. So yeah, that's what Bianca Belair says. So yeah, up next she'll be facing against Doudrop on Raw. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was Bianca Belair versus Doudrop with Nikki ASH at ringside. Now, it looks like Doudrop and Nikki Ash will be forming a tag team maybe now and go after the tag team championships, just like how every woman that don't got no program going on, that they would be going after the tag team titles. So yeah, that'll possibly be happening. So yeah, it was Bianca versus Doudrop. It was a pretty good match. This match lasted for a good amount of time. At the very ending, we seen she lifted her up and they hit the KOD. So yeah, Bianca Belair defeated Doudrop tonight on Monday Night Raw. That's what happened. But then after the match ended, we seen Becky Lynch making her return on Raw. 2 weeks now, pulls Bianca Belair by the hair, pulling her out to the outside the ring, beating her down and everything. Grabs a steel chair, slamming her face on the chair and everything, and then grabs her, puts her head in between the steel chair or whatever, picks her up by the hair, and pulls her by the hair, running her into the ring post with the chair wrapped around her head. And she pretty much laying her out right there. So yeah, that's what happened. Bianca Belair defeated Doudrop, and then Becky Lynch returned and attacked Bianca Belair tonight on Raw. So yeah, that's what happened. So yeah, with all that stuff happening for the match and what happened after the match, I'll just give it 2 stars. So yeah, that's why I'll give it. But yeah, up next we're going to see RK Bro having a championship celebration up next on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw. Now we had RK Bro that came out, both Randy Orton and Riddle, and they was having a championship celebration because they won the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships last week in a triple threat tag team match with Alpha Academy and Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens in that match. And like I said last week, that match was great. So yeah, if you have yet, go check out that match because it was freaking fantastic. Now we get into this celebration. Randy Orton's throwing the party for Riddle and stuff. And, Randy Orton was talking about, like, how I'm not great at throwing parties and everything, but this will do. Riddle and Randy Orton was talking and everything, and Randy Orton was like, well, this is going to be my 18th WrestleMania but this is the first time where I'm going into WrestleMania as a tag team and defending some tag team titles and all that. So yeah, that's what Randy Orton was saying. Randy Orton was saying that he'd never went into a WrestleMania match as a tag team, which I think he actually has, where he teamed up with Batista and Ric Flair as Evolution. But that was a handicap match where they faced off against Rock and Mick Foley at WrestleMania 20. So yeah, that was back in 2004. But yeah, as a tag team, he's going into WrestleMania this year. But yeah, that's what Randy Orton was saying. But then we had the Street Profits that came out, and they was talking and everything, talking about how they was challenging Orton and stuff for the tag team titles. And Randy Orton said no, because nobody bosses him around. He said nobody, like Mr. McMahon and all them, they never boss him around the ring, and Montez Ford ain't gonna boss him around either. And Street Profits was like, well, we want a tag team championship match with the WrestleMania. And Riddle was like, and then Riddle was talking to Randy Orton. He said, well, we do need to go to WrestleMania and face somebody for the tag team titles. And Randy Orton was like, all right, well, you know what? At WrestleMania, we'll face off against each other. So, yeah, at WrestleMania, we'll see the Street Profits versus RK Bro for the Raw Tag Team Championship. So, yeah, that match will be happening at WrestleMania. And then Montez Ford was like, okay, that's great. And then they both started walking out of the ring. But then Montez Ford was like, but we'll just say that next time when we come to this town or whatever, when we are the new Raw Tag Team Champions, our party will be way more better and it won't be ass like this party. So yeah, that's what they said. And then Riddle was like, don't disrespect Randy's party celebrations. So yeah, that's what Riddle was saying. And then we get a match. It was Montez Ford versus Riddle 1-on-1 now. Randy Orton and Angelo Dawkins was at ringside for this match. It was a pretty good match. At one point, it looked like this match was going to be over with Riddle hitting the RKO onto Montez Ford. And he was going to go for the pin, but then we seen Otis come out of nowhere, running Randy Orton into the barricade, attacking him. And then Chad Gable running Angelo Dawkins into the ring post, laying him out as well. So yeah, both of them got laid out, but then Riddle started getting attacked, and Montez Ford did too, from Otis to Chad Gable, and led to disqualification. So yeah, I think either Riddle won that match or it led to no contest or whatever. But yeah, that's what happened. Otis and stuff laid out Riddle as well, and then they laid out Montez Ford with Otis hitting that splash off the second turnbuckle onto Montez, and then Chad Gable hitting the moonsault on the Montez as well. So yeah, Alpha Academy standing tall tonight on Monday Night Raw. That's what happened. It was a pretty good match and segment before then, and what happened after this stuff. So yeah, with all that, I'll give it all 3 stars. That's what I'll give it. So yeah, I'll give it all 3 stars. Actually, I'll give it 3.5 stars with the segment, the match, and what happened after the match. So yeah, 3.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. But yeah, that's what happened. And then WWE then played a great tribute video package for Scott Hall. Now, That was amazing, where it was documenting his career when he entered WWE. I think they said back in 1992. Then when he left in 96 and joined WCW and helped form the NWO and all that stuff. So yeah, it was great where they play that video package for Scott Hall. So yeah, that was freaking amazing. So yeah, that was awesome. But yeah, that's what happened there. But up next, we'll be seeing Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins one-on-one up next on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, the main event. So yeah, that'll be happening next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins one-on-one. Now, winner of this match goes and hosts the talk show with their special guest Uncle Steve Austin at WrestleMania this year. So yeah, that was the match stipulation, and yeah, before this match happened, we had Seth Rollins get interviewed backstage. And he was talking about how he's going to punch his ticket and beat Kevin Owens and go to WrestleMania. So yeah, that's what Seth Rollins said. And then he came out to the ring, and then we're getting the match underway. It was a pretty good match between the two, like easily match of the night. Now every time when these two guys get in the ring, it's a good match. But like I said earlier, they have a match a lot of times, like a lot. So. But like I said, this match was pretty good. There was a few good spots in this match, but at the very ending of this match, we seen Seth Rollins running Kevin Owens into the turnbuckle. But while he was running Owens into the turnbuckle, the referee was right there, so the referee quickly got out of the way and got out the ring. And Rollins ran Owens into the turnbuckle and then rolls him up for the pin. But it took a few seconds because the referee had come back into the ring, and then he was starting to count the pin. He kicked out at 2. So yeah, Rollins had Owens pinned for like 6 or 7 seconds, and Owens kicked out at 2. And then Seth Rollins was trying to hit the curb stomp onto Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens moves out of the way, and Rollins misses the curb stomp, and then he gets hit. And then he gets hit with the stunner by Owens, and then got pinned for the 3 count. So yeah, Kevin Owens defeated Seth Rollins tonight on Monday Night Raw. That's what happened. So yeah, Kevin Owens will be hosting the KO show with Stone Cold Steve Austin as a special guest at WrestleMania. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening. We still don't know what's going to happen with Seth Rollins. So yeah, still a few more weeks till WrestleMania, and we'll see what happens to Seth Rollins then. So yeah, pretty good match. Like I said, that match I'll give it 4 stars. That's why I'll give it. Pretty good match between Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. Like I said, easily match of the night. But yeah, for tonight's Monday Night Raw, I'll give it 7 out of 10 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was okay Monday Night Raw, but then they did a tribute for Scott Hall and stuff, which was pretty cool. So yeah, that's why I'll give it 7 out of 10 stars. But yeah. Tonight's Monday Night Raw, like I said, great match between Owens and Rollins. Riddle versus Montez Ford was pretty good until the disqualification. I hate when matches end in disqualification, but whatever. The RK Bro celebration party was okay. Dewdrop versus Bianca Belair was okay at best. And then Becky Lynch returning and attacking Bianca. Going on with the feud was pretty good. Edge's promo was pretty good from earlier, but I didn't like it. I hate that he changed his old theme song now. And the Mysterious versus the Hurt Business was okay. What else? Kevin Owens segment from earlier when he stunned. The cameraman was pretty good. Damien Priest versus Finn Balor was okay. But yeah, some of the matches was whatever for tonight. Like I said earlier, Owens and Rollins had match of the night easily. But yeah, like I said, for tonight's Monday Night Raw, I was going to give a 7 out of 10 stars. That's why I'll give it. So yeah, 7 stars. Pretty good. Okay, Monday Night Raw. But yeah, I'll be doing my AEW Dynamite reviews this Wednesday. So yeah, look out for that. But yeah, like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and I'll be down there in the description box. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.